Hi, Cancer. Welcome. We're doing another reading for May. This is Tiffany with the Feminine Inquisition. So we're going to do a reading for the full moon in Sagittarius on the 31st of May. It's a few days away. And this may or may not have a huge impact on you. I don't know. What I do know is that we're going to take the cards and use them to have a look at what you need to know, what you need to see. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. Furthermore, any Cancer people that you want to check up on them. Now, only take that which makes sense for your life. Please leave the rest. Do not make it fit. And if anything here serves you in any capacity, please let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get into it. All right. For Taurus, no, that's a lie. For Cancer, what do they need to know? What does Cancer need to know about this full moon in Sagittarius? The Queen of Pentacles, trying to take care of your money, trying to hold on to that nest egg, trying to understand your value, your worth, what it is that you're going to invest in. I got one card here. This is the City Labyrinth Tarot. The Wheel of Fortune is at the bottom of the deck. So you're trying to spin life into a more prosperous direction, and it has to do with the coin or any sort of material abundance as you see it. Could be health, right? Doesn't matter. Could be your family. Could be your pets. What do you honestly want to take a chance on, reinvest in, recommit to? Yeah, all that good stuff. Let's use the Art Nouveau and let's get into it. Queen of Pentacles for Cancer, or this full moon in Sagittarius. Can I have some more specifics? Anything else? What do they need to know? What are they completing? What are they releasing? What are they letting go of? One more. It's really hard to shuffle the two ones before the last one. 6 cards, please. The Empress, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Judgment, the 4 of Cups, and the World. It's a lot. Let's put it like this so that you can see everything. Okay. So, the Queen of Pentacles, overseeing the whole story here. Now, I've got the Empress, which is to suggest Taurus season, Venusian ideas, love, adoration, affection, leisurely living, a great sense of value, productivity. Yeah, a birthright energy that she knows who she is and everyone else better know who she is. Followed by the Queen of Wands. That is a formidable approach to anything that you are trying to do. Okay, the great sense of passion, purpose, victory. Yeah, there's so much fire there. Followed by the Nine of Cups. This is a management of your emotions, your contentment, calling your wishes into reality. Then the Judgment. Jesus. I mean, it's a massive moment. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is super fortuitous. And I don't know what area of life it is for you specifically that's watching this reading, but I can tell you that for all of you that this resonates, it's going to impact every area of your life because you are emotionally connected to a belief that this is something that you need. This is something that you desire. This is something that you're good at. This is something that's going to change every bit of your, I don't know, the everyday, but also prosperity for the long plan, for the long game. But the thing is that this is all happening in response to the last 2 cards. This is all happening because of the inevitable closing of this cycle of whatever burdens, whatever upset, whatever low-level rage, whatever anger, whatever dissatisfaction, disappointment you have had. There is a real departure here. And I think that you are so consolidated that All of this on the top is so important that you're spinning off in a new direction, calling judgment on what has not been in alignment with the top. So what does that look like for you? I don't know. You're going to end something. You're going to complete something. You're going to travel and leave the part of the world that you're in to go into another part of the world. I don't know if you're going to commit, leave your job, go into service and serve the world. All I know is that you haven't been able to see how these 9 cups, this pursuit of pleasure, passion, purpose, and what you deserve in this life as you invest in you and yours, you haven't seen a way for it to make it work. Things have not been coming in the way that you need them to. They haven't been connected to you. You've been sitting on the outside thinking about it, calling judgment on it. So I don't know if this is just a lack of gratitude that we're talking about, or this is over the long weeks, months, years even, that whatever it is, you're not doing it anymore. The 6 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. You're going to find a way to get out of this situation. The Chariot is underneath it. Wow. Let's go there. Chariot. So you are going to depart from the burden, right? You have had the bulk of the responsibility here and you're done with it. Every little bit of every step of every action, every course, every idea that you have, every plan, every conversation that you sat down, all the ways in which you put everything into this, done with it. Death. Hierophant, you will not let it pass. You have your Hanged Man. Wow, there's so many majors. This is a huge turning point in your life. And again, it's in relationship to disappointment. It's in relationship to commitment. It's in relationship to a commitment to yourself and saving yourself. When the Judgment shows up, it's basically, in more or less terms, it's not too late. It's not too late to save yourself. Whatever direction you want to go in, it's not too late. So we're going to go back to the City Labyrinth. And we're going to go right to the 4 of Cups and the World and get a better sense of what that could be. Can I see this disappointment from the 4 of Cups and the World? Can I see, please? If there's anything else you can tell me about this. One more shuffle. Six cards. The Chariot, the 6 of Cups, Temperance, the Magician, the Devil, the 10 of Cups. Now, you think that someone has a hold on you in a really bad way. This is a relationship. This is someone that you're close to. This is someone that you know. This could be a family member, of course. But I get the sense that you keep trying to bring balance, or you have really been trying to bring balance, and to see this from a long game, that like, oh, this is a temporary moment of discomfort. We will get through this. We will continuously grow. Like, everything that shows up is a chance for you to grow with the Temperance here. So Chariot, 6 of Cups, Temperance. This is like, in all the moments, as I'm clarifying, the 4 of Cups and the World, in all the moments that you've been having experiences and taking notes and learning from life, you've been saying, we can move through this together. We can lean in, we can look at this, we can look at where it comes from. We can gain wisdom from pain, basically. We could learn from our mistakes and move forward. That's all we're doing. We're just alchemizing our time here. And you've been doing it in a partnership, 6 of Cups, with someone. Magician, Devil, 10 of Cups. You recognize that this is a one-sided manifestation, that you are manipulated into thinking that you are having a 10 of Cups, but it's a 5 of Wands. It's always not enough. You always have to fight for something. Everything is becoming a fight. And that's not the way that you see your road to success. You'd rather not. 5 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. In the Knight of Pentacles in this deck, he's packing up and he's going. He's leaving all of this behind. And it could have to do with egoic, Two of Wands, Page of Swords, the Emperor. It could have to do with the fact that, unfortunately, when the wands are chosen, when choices are made to move forward and plan, we're talking about someone who is passive but then entitled, Page of Swords to the Emperor, someone who gives very little effort in seeing the totality of the situation, or having conversations, or learning, or expanding their mind about, what the possibilities are. But instead, as the Emperor, you see the stop sign there, and in French, non. This is just like standing guard, kind of like I'm getting a Hierophant energy, just absolutely not. But not with enough explanation, not with enough diplomacy. And that's become very difficult for you. And so because of it, Knight of Wands, there's this, gotta go, gotta move. Yeah, because the Chariot popping out. The conflict is that Judgment again. The conflict is that there's not enough working together. Yeah. Can I understand this 10 of Cups, please? Thank you. 5 of Pentacles. Separation. You're outside 3 of Cups. You're outside what you want. You're out. It's like, yeah, this looks like the 10 of Cups, but it's not. I'm outside of it. I don't believe it in anymore. 3 of Cups. The celebration, the harmony that I need. No. No. It's not. I'm outside of it. 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands, I'm waiting for it. Ace of Cups, I keep on trying to start again. 9 of Pentacles, independent energy. Ace of Wands, I'm ready to start again. If I'm going to have conflicts, I'm going to have them on my own. I'm not going to have them with the 10 of Cups being this kind of like fake support system. 9 of Pentacles again. So, yeah, you're not eager to move quickly out of this. But you're recognizing what has and has not been supporting you. I'm going to come here and use the Sibylla Oracle and see if I can get some further information. Can you tell me anything else regarding this situation, this disappointment? Any insights? So this is in relation again to the full moon. So maybe come the last week of May, a conflict may escalate. You may call judgment at that time. Sagittarius is about big picture, big next level thinking. It's also a very optimistic sign that's all about adventure. It's highly independent. And so this personality style or this characteristic of Sagittarius may give you the courage that you need to just get up and go. Leave it all behind. What do I need to know? What does Cancer need to know here? Anger. Journey. Infantilism, which is childlike behavior. A dark-haired man. And flatterer. Again, that goes back to the manipulation. And yeah, I would be angry too. Gamblers, people gambling with your time, people not taking things seriously, for there being no sanctity in the exchange here, just someone playing with you. I would be angry too, Cancer. I'm with you on that. The Chariot is your card. I didn't say that, but this is your power card. So this calls into question your sense of identity. Like, who the fuck am I? Who the fuck do you think I am? Is this energy that I'm feeling? You started with the Queen of Pentacles, which is your opposite sign, right? That's Capricorn. And so you're drawing down from that energy of being grounded in reality, of how dare someone take you for granted? How dare someone bet with, you know, whatever you were building with them? Anything else regarding? I have a quarrel on the table. This is two people battling. Right. Okay. Let's see if I can get any information about where this is going. I know that you're leaving, but maybe because we have some time, I want to know what your Chariot, what your Six of Swords may look towards. Also, maybe the world's, from the completion of the world, brings you to take on a new endeavor. Anything that I may be able to learn. What's the outcome here? Where is this going? For Cancer. The full moon in Sagittarius. 4 cards. Ace of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, King of Cups. Right. Emperor at the bottom of the deck. So I think that you're going to plant this seed. You will close out this year in a different position than you started it. You're developing what it means to hold on to you. And it doesn't matter. Like I said, you're not in any rush. You're not needing to move fast. You don't need to have all the answers. But King of Cups, you understand what your heart's needs are. And that looks like you being in charge of your life. No sudden changes are going to be the death of you. If anything, you're going to be the one who transforms your energy. Queen of Swords, 5 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. The truth about teaching conflict, how you can confidently be unbothered, right? The pettiness, whatever pettiness was going on here, you're over it. And you're not over it with a calloused heart. You're over it as Emperor. You started with this Empress, and so you're consolidating what it means to draw lines, have boundaries, speak your truth, and get to your destination. There's a sense of perhaps going back to a time and place before this relationship or this job or this friendship, right? Because if we look here at the Judgment, and we know that the Judgment goes across your whole life, and it looks at all the pieces, all the places you've been, all the people that you've been with, all the lessons that you've lived up until now. And it asks you to look at all of your choices that you've made. And sometimes it's very difficult to look at, to learn how we may have cut corners, how we weren't honest with ourselves, how we let fear, I don't know, fear of not having enough money, fear of being alone, fear of however your fears trip you up. But we let fears make our decisions. So then we fall victim to manipulation quite easily. And so I think that you're going back to kind of the original upset, the original disappointment when you started to settle and let those kinds of thoughts come in. And that's the opportunity here to redevelop who you are. When we see 7 in tarots, we're talking about a development. We're talking about a leveling up. This is a chance for you to take a stand for something that you haven't yet known how to take a stand on, and learn how to pick your battles and rise. And this is what you're holding on to. This is your focus right now. Climaxing to the King of Cups. And from that emotional stability of the King of Cups, your Chariot comes into wholeness, and you can move freely without any blind spots, without any blinders. And you aren't dominated by other people's will, right? The Magician to the Devil, you're dealing with someone who's really good at words, really good at snake-like movements in a conversation, which may have made you defensive and aggressive previously, but you have pulled all that energy back to yourself, that anger about the quarrel, and you've just made some hard lines. And this lawyer is peeking out here, which you cannot see. So maybe there is something that will require your attention with a lawyer. I don't know. I'm going to use this deck again and see if there's anything remaining. Loss of money. Anything more, Spirit, about that? No. Delays is at the bottom. So this is loss of money, but in this language, which I'm not sure, it looks like it's maybe German. It's Verlust. And so, okay, I understand fully well that a loss of money is its own message, but maybe it could or could not actually have to do with currency, but like your investment itself, and being dominated by lust and making choices based on chemical connections could be part of what the lesson is that you're learning when you go through this judgment process, to see all the choices that you've made, the parameters with which you thought you were making those choices, but what was actually dominating you. Because the Queen of Wands is very much about passion. High levels of attraction there. So, okay. I am going to get some advice for you and then close out the reading. For Cancer, for full moon in Sagittarius, 31st of this month, please. Any advice? Just one card. For Cancer. Views of the ego. Wow. So I've shuffled this deck many times, but Taurus got this same card. And so maybe Taurus is in your chart, maybe you're dealing with one, or maybe this season, Taurus season, has been very critical, very monumental in terms of your decision making, recognizing that you're dealing with someone who can't see past what it is that they want to see, and or every time that you try to have a simple conversation, a planning, a decision about whatever is next, as you think you're walking along hand in hand in your 10 of Cups, you recognize that you're in a one-sided connection, and they cannot take your ideas. They cannot take any of your input without thinking that it's a direct criticism to them. And so their ego is who responds to you. That's why there's so many quarrels, and that's why you have this low level of anger, because you know that you're not even dealing with the person that you're supposed to be with. This is not the kind of partnership that you signed up for, but that in and when you need them the most, that's when they leave, and you have to battle their ego. And that's not what you're about. That's not the best usage of your effort, your energy, and I understand you completely. Furthermore, I just want to bring your attention before I close this out, Cancer, that this is the 6 of Cups, and I feel like, as you can see, he's blowing a bubble. There's a bubble that has burst here, and it's really difficult for you, but you're doing your best to see things for what they are. Pull the wool over your eyes and understand, pull the wool from your eyes, sorry, and understand that as you close this out, world, maybe next time you'll keep your eyes open just a little bit longer, right? Okay. I leave it there. I hope that something in this reading has helped you. If so, please do let me know. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And until next time I read for you, have a great full moon. Bye, Cancer.